Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So things are underway. France have gone with what looks like an orthodox 4-4-2, Jim.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
Ferdinand calmly anticipates. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And they can counter here, and that could set him on his way. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I'd say Petr. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper.
And the shot! He's delivered all right!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Quarter of an hour played. Nesta is a perfect combination of brain and brawn.
France always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff piece.
Adriano! And he should have made them pay.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
And he's there to retrieve it. Azar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Adriano. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And it's Seedorf. And here's Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket anthem! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Paris are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Rooney. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. And this is Adriano. Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vieira did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Nedved. Oh, that's a fine interception. Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's found a way through. Threads one in. Pass is just off target.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Messi, he is through here. Messi! Ambitious, but just off target.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Pass somewhat off target. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Nicked it back promptly. Paris looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. And this is Nedved. And that's aimed in. He leaps for it! Now can he find a finish? Vitinha. Adriano. Tries to pass it through. Now this could be a chance. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And it's Neymar. And here's Del Piero. And he plays one through. It's loose now and they want to get it back. He'll try to keep this alive. In by Ibrahimovic. Tries to get it clear. Rooney. Nedved. He's picked his... There's the shot! Oh, and that is a thrilling end to the first 45. Paris were so close to ending that half in the perfect fashion, but it just wasn't to be in the end. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Paris firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline. And we are back underway. Messi. To Maldini. Hazard. Rooney. This is a promising build-up. Just eases him off the ball. Seedorf did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Araujo kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Pepe. And it's Hazard. Now it's Rooney. Now it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's Del Piero. Looking for options for movement. Oh, nice touch. Great chance! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Vieira getting this one clear. And that's gone loose. Played back. Aims beyond the defence. He's got away. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 7, Rooney. Le numéro 22, le
Messi.
numéro 8, Vieira.
And he's got his cross in. Paris perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Bale.
It's a pretty loose pass.
Lampard. Changement.
That is good alertness. Now it's Yildiz. Ferdinand gets a foot in here. And the through ball. Oh, this is it's Bale! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Paris have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Messi. Hazard. And he's well positioned. Messi! A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Araujo wins the duel this time. Passing nice and neat. Dembele.
France truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Real chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
That's an imaginative pass. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Vitinha. Great ball. It's Dembele! And that's a sharp finish. Right back in the game. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
France cut their depth. Goes for a shot!
Paris clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Vitinha. And it's Dembele. Oh, easy pickings there. That's where it came from. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Vitinha. Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, that's well spotted. And here's Bale. And here's Hazard. Dembele. And this is Dembele. This could be their final throw of the dice. Desperate defending required here. And he shoots! Oh, good finish! And right near the end, we have parity. That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish. Yildiz! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Paris really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
And this is Dembele, and he's managed to get free. Oh, super ball! And he's certainly onside here.
Il y aura 4 minutes de temps additionnel.
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 19.
So we have movement on both benches.
Pepe. À leur place.
Into a minimum
42.
of 4 minutes additional time.
Le numéro 23. Changement en cours.
Played back towards his own goal.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Bale knocks it into space. Rafael Varane. He's on it. Can he get away? He has found the way through. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, that's fabulous. Messi! And that is as much as we have time for. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. It's Hazard! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. Paris are looking to go forward now. Nedved. No, that was never going to make it. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example, of course, and will probably come up with something.
Rooney. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Now, looking to orchestrate a counter. That is good alertness. Lampard, never out of the action for very long. Rooney has it in a wide position. And this is Hazard. Real chance! They've got to be quick to recover this.
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
That's been cut out, well played. Paris still without a single shot on target. Threads one in. Always onto this. Shot could be on. Ferdinand defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Adriano. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Rooney. Hazard. Messi looking to play him in. Can he finish? Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Nedved. No, that's been intercepted. Messi. Lampard. And here's Rooney. He was under real pressure there. Messi. Shot a goal! Goal! France! And France are front. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
You felt it was coming. 1-0. Yildiz! And over. Just.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Yeah.
Paris certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Rooney. Adriano. Can he get on the end of this? No, it's Yildiz. Looking for options for movement. Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. He's a sharp little ball here. Now that looks a decent ball. And the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Maldini getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Brilliantly cut out. Messi aims beyond the defence.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Nicely weighted ball. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And for the first half, that is that. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Paris coming at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So straight into the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust.
And a chance! And there's a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And this is Roberto Carlos. Oh, good climb! No, just not quite.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
That has not gone well. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He has found a way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Vieira. And it's Rooney. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Oh, good read.
Paris have clearly reached a level of comfort in this half. Why not use the impetus to plough on?
Pepe has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Ball's gone out of play.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 7, Rooney. Le numéro 22. À leur place, le numéro 18, Ibrahimovic. Le numéro 17.
Del Piero clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
That has been cut short. And here's Alvarez. And the shot! Goal! Paris! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
And very quick. It's Ibrahimovic! France have their second corner now.
France really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Paris perhaps contemplating their next change here. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he cuts out the supply. Seedorf. Roberto Carlos.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Takes a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, what has happened here? Del Piero stood his ground. And the finish! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Oh, it's a brilliant effort, you have to say that. He clearly wanted to do it in style.
Ferdinand gets across to intercept that. Oh, that's a key interception. Lampard. Paris do have a chance to counter here.
Paris surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And this is Del Piero. Oh, just skips past his man. Oh no, what has happened here? Chance for a shot! And that's a tiny finish. And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. Simplicity itself.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Paris now in a position far more desirable.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Now it's Hazard, out towards the flank, drives it in.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Zanetti. Lampard. And it's Hazard. Zanetti gets a foot in here, knocks it into space.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
Yeah, he's fouled him there. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
And the number on the board is 3. Vieira. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. This is the time you need that pace.
Roberto Carlos. Very nicely done. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Probably be looking to play it square from here. And that is as far as it goes. Paris have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Alvarez claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed with what we've just witnessed. As soon as they got their goal, you felt they were always going to go on and find a winner.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're very much on the way now. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course, so with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box. They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Not the most accurate pass, and it's Del Piero. Threads one in. Ferdinand makes the interception. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
He's found a way through. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing.
Well, it's safe to say, Peter, we're in the presence of defensive royalty here.
And so what is it that makes Paolo Maldini so regal?
Well, I think the fact that he almost never had to make a tackle says it all. He just doesn't need to.
Goes for goal! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, he doesn't have hit a clean strike. The moment he was in that position, you knew he was going to smash it.
Looking for options for movement. He's had a shot! It's fallen kindly here. And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Zanetti. Adriano. Messi going forward. Oh, he's onto this. He's in a great position here. So no flag here. He's found a way through. Van der Sar did well to emerge with the... It's Snyder! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
And he skips past his man. It may be goalless, but it is not without interest.
Well, it's certainly not a grab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
Vieira. Well, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's been cut out, well played. Adriano, never out of the action for very long. Adriano. Adriano! Off the post! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Adriano certainly got the pace he wanted on that, but not the all-important bend. That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
That's a little off target. Vieira. Almost half an hour in now. Now this could be a chance. He's going for goal! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And it's Paris who take the lead! Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Some resolute defending there. It's a pretty loose pass. Maldini is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Can he get it through? Dembele has the space to scheme. Dembele's delivery. Shot a goal! And that's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
France restore parity.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Dembele. Nedved can see things others simply cannot. It's played through for him. And this is Neymar. Messi.
Additionnel, 1 minute.
And it's Nedved. And the shot's on here. Pirlo. So a temporary halt to the action. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So there was the first half.
Well, I think keeping our neutral hats on, Peter, this is more than a decent game of football where we've seen plenty of creativity. Both sides really ought to be looking to up the urgency, though.
Paris are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's good play. Schneider. Can he finish? Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yep, certainly could have been something so much more.
Schneider. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Araujo calmly anticipates. Pirlo. Here's Vieira. And it's Sneijder. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Sneijder in acres of space out wide. He's picked his way through. Now then, the ball's come loose. Cristiano Ronaldo. Vitinha. Now, can they get him away? It's played through for him. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Paris! And they get themselves in front! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 15, le numéro 14, Pirlo, le numéro 24, le numéro 22.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Le numéro 9.
And it's Messi.
Luis Suarez.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Vinicius Junior quietly revving up. Paris do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Lee Kang-in aims beyond the defence, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Knocks it into space. Varane kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Good ball, good take. Messi. And it's Azar. Now it's Luis Suarez. Suarez going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Messi. Vieira. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Oh, shooting chance! Glorious! About as smooth as it gets. Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously.
Oh, he tries a shot! Goal! Paris! And they've got their lead back. Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Paris have their lead.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Decent chance!
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Now it's Lee Kang-in, and he's made sure that's not getting through.
This is the time you need that pace.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Looking for the run. Oh, well played, well played.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Oh, no joy this time. Well, he's ended up in no man's land. Dink through, and it's made its way to... Real chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 10.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Le numéro 20. Attention, changement.
Pedri. Into the last 5 minutes. Yamal.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And this is Ibrahimovic. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Hazard.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And this is Hazard. Delivers with... He leaps for it! In he goes again! Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Roberto Carlos. And the referee brings it to a close. Paris proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know that was a battle.